Who are the most irreplaceable players on the Indianapolis Colts going into 2023? When you ask that question, you have to start with the quarterback. And for us, that's going to be Anthony Richardson. All right, our future, our next 15 to 20 years, it all relies on Anthony Richardson. So he is obviously the most irreplaceable player. Not only is he the quarterback, but like everything he can do as a quarterback, what he brings running the ball, the threat that he has running the ball, and how that opens up the rest of the running game, and how the running game can open up the passing game. And it all works together. His abilities mean everything to what the offense is trying to do. So, of course, without a doubt, Anthony Richardson had to be on this list. Okay, and some other guys that needed to be on this list. I'm going to group these guys together. It's DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart. Okay, these two manning the middle of that defensive line. We need them healthy for 17 games. That's going to be really difficult. But if we can manage to get these guys for 17 games, stopping the run and being able to get to the passer from the middle isn't going to be something that we're going to have to worry about as Colts fans. Like, we have guys that can do it, they just have to be on the field. And when you talk about like the edge rushers, right? We need edge rushers to step up. The edge rushers' lives are going to be a lot easier because DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart are such a problem for people one on one. Like, especially DeForest Buckner, he's so large of a human being, and he has the talent to go with it. Like, he gets double teamed so often, which can leave a lot of one on ones on the ends and for Grover Stewart. And if Grover Stewart gets a double team, DeForest Buckner gets a one on one. So either way you slice it up, these guys staying healthy, huge for the entirety of the defensive line. In that defensive line, it's important to work because the linebackers are right behind them and they have to clean up anything in the run game. And the leader of that group is Shaq Leonard. Okay, Zaire Franklin, you could include him in here, but I'm including Shaq on this list because of the energy that he brings. It's not just what he does on the field, it's the energy he brings to the locker room, the energy that he has on the field, the way he gets guys juiced up, and the way he can make guys believe in themselves. And he gets more out of guys than what other people might get. Okay, Shaq Leonard, he's a difference maker in every area. He checks all the boxes. Like, we have to have him. It was very apparent last year. Not having Shaq, as good as the defense was, not having Shaq had an impact on the entire team. The energy just wasn't there last year. It just wasn't. So having him back on the field can pay major dividends coming up in 2023, and I expect it to. And then there's somebody on the defense that experience is going to be the thing that pays dividends for him and what we see from him this year. That's Nick Cross. For a guy who's so young, and a guy who going into a regular season, like, might not even be the starter, right? It's supposed to be Julian Blackman and Rodney Thomas, but the way things are going and the way he's playing, Nick Cross feels like he's probably going to be the starter going into a regular season. And the way, like, as much talent as he has, the fact that he was able to take a season to kind of, mature a little bit from 20 to 21 years old, and he was able to learn in this Gus Bradley defense, and he was able to get some experience and gain some knowledge from a guy like Rodney McLeod. And now we're coming into 2023, and he can package that all together and be one of the best safeties in the league. And I think he's going to be one of the best safeties in the league from the jump. If you were watching preseason game 2 against the Bears, like, Nick Cross was all over the field. He wasn't in there for long, but while he was, you kept hearing his name and kept hearing his name from the very beginning. In the pass game, in the run game, it didn't matter. So Nick Cross, one of the most irreplaceable players on the Colts going into 2023, and the Colts fans, and only some Colts fans, know that that's the truth right now. Now, somebody else who's irreplaceable for the Colts is somebody that's kind of the defense's best friend, you could say. Okay, that's punter Rigoberto Sanchez. It has been very apparent over the last 2 years between his cancer diagnosis and his torn Achilles last year. Like, we need Rigoberto Sanchez. The defense needs help from Rigoberto Sanchez because he's so good at flipping field. He's so good at not having punts returned, and he gets the ball to where it's supposed to be going. Okay, he's one of the best in the league at what he does. There's no debating that. And the fact that he's coming back this year, hopefully he can stay on the field. Rigoberto Sanchez won't get talked about a lot because he's a punter, but he is without a doubt, one of the most irreplaceable players on the Colts going into 2023. And the last guy I want to feature on this list is Alec Pierce for everything that he brings, right? And you think we talked about Anthony Richardson and everything Anthony Richardson brings, and some of the capabilities of Anthony Richardson are why Alec Pierce is so important. Okay, not only is he tall, but he's also really fast. He's also got long arms. He also generally catches with his hands. Okay, he's great with contested catches. Alec Pierce, with what Anthony Richardson could do, and as far as he could throw the ball, Alec Pierce is the most important receiver on our roster this year. Okay, because when it comes down to it in the NFL, you have to score points. What did Shane Steichen say? Said, we are going to throw to score points and we're going to run to win. And in today's NFL, you have to score points to win the game. That's just the name of the game, man. If you're averaging 24 points a game, you're probably winning a lot of football games. And if Alec Pierce is helping us score points on a regular basis, he's an extremely important player. And one person I'm willing to say is irreplaceable for this team, this iteration of the Colts, Alec Pierce is an irreplaceable player in 2023. Okay, so with that said, that's going to finish up the list. Like to know what you think of this. Is there anybody that you think is 100% irreplaceable to the Colts in 2023? You let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications on to keep getting more videos like this, and any Colts news that comes out, I'll get it to you as soon as possible. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.